everyone, my name is Donny and today I will talk about one of the greatest movie of all time, which is The Wizard of Oz. So first, what is The Wizard of Oz? The Wizard of Oz is a musical fantasy movie that was first released in 1939 by MGM Productions. The Wizard of Oz tells the story of Dorothy, who is a girl who lives in a farm. One day, a tornado happened which sucks her into the magical world of Oz. Here, she met a scarecrow who wanted a brain, a tin man who wished he had a heart, and a cowardly lion who always wanted courage. So, because of that, Dorothy wanted to go back to her hometown. So she, with the three friends she just met, goes on a journey to the Emerald Castle to meet the Wizard of Oz. After a long journey, she finally meets the Wizard of Oz. She also realized that there's no place that feels like her hometown in Kansas. In the end, the Wizard of Oz decides to make her wish come true and take her back to her hometown. And then she woke up in her home in Kansas. So, The Wizard of Oz seems to be a very simple movie at first glance, because simple plot, wonderful characters, fun musical and stuff. The only thing that really makes this movie stands out at that time is because of its graphics. It is one of the few movies that is colored at that time. But to get that colored, there's also a lot of problems behind the scene. So firstly is the working condition. Firstly is the salary difference. Now take a look at Toto the dog. And he's a sidekick character who helps Dorothy throughout her journey. And now take a look at the dwarfs. The dwarfs is like side characters who doesn't really help much throughout the movie, but they have to dance and sing in a lot of scenes. Now, it might be unbelievable, but actually, Toto the dog have a higher salary, which is about $125 per week, while the dwarfs who have to dance and sing in a lot of scenes, like literally most scenes they appeared into, only got a fee about $50 a week. Even the main character herself Dorothy herself, have lower salary compared to the other three in the main cast. Well, this is very unfair to me because, like I said, the story follows Dorothy and her journey in the magical world of Oz. It clearly doesn't make any sense because the story doesn't tell us about the scarecrow, it doesn't tell about the tin man or the cowardly lion, but you'll get to know why they got paid higher. Next is the working condition. The working condition is one of the most terrible thing that appears in The Wizard of Oz behind the scene. So remember, back then, the colored films were literally an impossible job to do. So to create the colors you see on screen here, they have to use a technique called Technicolor, which requires a really strong lighting. And it's not just like the light in your house now. It's literally really big lights that produce a lot of heat, and yeah. because of that, it makes the Wizard of Oz film set is a literally scorching oven. Some actors and workers in the film set complained that they got eyes problem after having contact with it after working in that condition for too long. But that's not the worst. The Wizard of Oz has a terrible snow making progress. So to create the scene here you see on screen now, they uses a powder that can perfectly resemble snowflakes, but using this powder can also causes cancer and more health problems. But that's not all. You think that's it? The difference in salary and the terrible working condition, oh, that's not it. The Wizard of Oz costumes is also a big problem. So, fun fact, not so fun. There's actually, before the Tin Man we see on screen, there's actually two Tin Mans. The first Tin Man got transferred into Scarecrow because he begs to the filmmaker that he wanted to be Scarecrow instead of Tin Man. Little did he know, this witch saves his life. Well, the second Tin Man here we see because the movie is still in progress of production, so the people who do makeup for the Tin Man has to do multiple makeup for him to find out which one is the most suitable for the movie. And the powder they used to apply on the second Tin Man's face actually contains real aluminum dust, which is extremely toxic if you inhale it in. So because of that, one night the second Tin Man wakes up screaming because his legs and arms are getting cramped and he can't breathe. After that, he has to left the movie because of health problems. In an interview after the movie, he says that his lungs can't fully recover after that accident. Well, about the Scarecrow, it was the first Tin Man. Well, the Scarecrow doesn't get like very bad health problems, but he also gets injured during the making of this movie. So the mask of the Scarecrow is actually made out of rubbers. So the mask they use for the Scarecrow actually made out of rubber, which makes his face doesn't have anywhere to sweat out. And because the film set at that time is really, really hot, so when he removes the mask out, his skin is extremely dry. Sometimes it even bleeds when he takes it out. Now, not only that, the tears of the Tin Man, the blood of the Scarecrow, but the lion also sweats a lot. So this costume of the lion here, you see, is made out of real lion skin, which I think is illegal, and a really thick thick and a really thick fabric. So whenever he done filming and takes out his costume, it is extremely wet. There's even the film set, the producers have to even hire two helpers to help him dry the costume for the next filming day. Well, there are a lot more problems that I can't tell here because it would make this presentation way too long. But after all those struggles and problems during the filmmaking, the Wizard of Oz became extremely successful. It has successfully obtained 2 golden statue of Oscars, an Academy Award for the best song, for the best classic TV show, and a Satellite Award. It is also recognized by UNESCO as humanity cultural heritage. And that's the end of my presentation. I hope after this presentation you'd learn something new. And I'm Donny, thank you for listening.